Radhe Radhe, Namaste, and a very warm welcome to everyone for the closing ceremony of the Purpose of Life Put It to Practice session that was conducted as part of JKYog Academy. Let's begin this wonderful event by taking the names of God. So, our participant, Aryan Raj Bhaiya from India, he is going to present a beautiful Madhurashtakam rendition starting this event. So let's watch that.
Adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram Adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram Nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram Nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram Hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram Hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Vachanam madhuram Charitam madhuram Vachanam madhuram Charitam madhuram Vasanam madhuram Valitam madhuram Vasanam madhuram Valitam madhuram Chalitam madhuram Brahmitam madhuram Chalitam madhuram Brahmitam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Renur madhura Venur madhura Renur madhura Venur madhura Padir madhura Padav madhura Padir madhura Padav madhura Sakhyam madhuram Nityam madhuram Sakhyam madhuram Nityam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Gopi madhura Leela madhura Gopi madhura Leela madhura Yuktam madhuram Muktam madhuram Yuktam madhuram Muktam madhuram Drishtim madhuram Srishtim madhuram Drishtim madhuram Srishtim madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Gopa madhura Gao madhura Gopa madhura Gao madhura Yashtir madhura Srishtir madhura Yashtir madhura Srishtir madhura Dalitam madhuram Phalitam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram Madhuradhipaterakhilam madhuram
Wow. After that Madhur rendition invoking Madhuradipati and of course our Guru, we will begin our closing ceremony. And as you all know, for the last 25 plus days, we have been embarking on this beautiful journey of purpose of life, which was based on the 21 videos, 21 pearls of wisdom that Swami Mukundananda ji has gifted all of us. First of all, our Koti Koti pranams at his feet, and thanking Hari and Guru for helping us gain access to this wonderful wisdom. We listened to all his videos, all the 21 tools that he shared with us. In addition to that, for each of the tools that Swamiji blessed us, we went a lot more deeper in the put it to practice session. We augmented his teaching with relevant stories, relevant real life examples, of course, meditation, lot of introspective as well as interactive activities. We also had, beautiful quotes for each of the lesson that Swamiji taught us through this Purpose of Life series. Not only that, there was so much of information that was shared by all our enthusiastic participation and the implementation strategy based on the contemplation thoughts of each of the participants on how they would like to implement these precious knowledge that Swamiji had shared. So all of this was discussed, all of this was learned in this beautiful Purpose of Life put it to practice session. So what we'll do now is we'll have a quick glimpse into how these sessions were conducted, what are some captivating moments from this entire series. But while we get ready to watch this wonderful video, I would request our participants who are watching us live to please send in their text or on their chat message, type in which part of the segment that they liked the most, right? We had so many things, stories, interactive activities, we had meditations, we had real life examples, we had codes. So please do share which part of these sessions resonated the most with you. Of course, the implementation strategy also. So please do share which activity in this wonderful classes that you like the most while we watch this beautiful glimpses.
Have you found a cause that you believe you could die for? If we wake up in the morning with gratitude at yet another opportunity, a day to live in, enthusiastic about giving our best to achieving our highest goals, it means we have found the purpose of our life.
His real name is Rowan Atkinson, and he is a British actor, comedian, and he's also a writer. And he is very, very famous for two of his sitcoms, Blackadder and Mr. Bean.
What a motivational series. This is just too good. So, again, I was very inspired by 21 Pearls. And then I was wondering that, something based on qualities which we can, follow in our everyday lives, that could come, and then this series came. I didn't know what Purpose of Life was about, but when this has come, I am really, really happy.
Always, if there is someone who believes in us, we always do our best. Similarly, when we believe in someone, they will do their best. And so the third point is, we cannot expect in life that someone will do that to us, but instead we can do that to someone else. Believe in someone and support someone so that they can do the best.
Don't make excuses irrespective of situation in order to reach our goal, which is material or
criticism is a part of life, and as Swamiji says, the one who criticizes you most loves you the most because he wants you to come up in life. So in that manner, I always take it as a criticism as a part of my learning.
So we will have a lot of difficulties in our life. Instead of cribbing, if we show that towards the devotion and towards the God, we will find the right
letting go of things is really important, because Swamiji says that if we have our emotional brakes on, then our spiritual vehicle will not move
On the
forward.
personal front, I will take all steps not to allow lower nature to take over my life and to allow sublime, uplifting thoughts to govern my life. This can be done through consistent association with right-minded people and avoid kusang. Very true. But your highest purpose is God realization. And if you have to do that, right, two things you need to keep in mind. First, value this human life. And number two, are we maximizing the available time?
You had a long day and a long week. Finally, it is 3 p.m. on Friday, and you can't wait for the weekend to begin. You need to relax, and you need time for yourself.
Hello, this is Narayan. I gained immense wisdom by attending the Purpose of Life sessions. Some of the key lessons for me to focus in my life are positive attitude, situations beyond our control, seek the right kind of desires, humility, focus, goals, serve God, how to develop love for God. It made me to look deeply inside myself with some of the weaknesses that I have. I will be striving hard to implement these life lessons into my day-to-day life. Although some habits are difficult to change, but I'm going to strive hard with determination and contemplate these wonderful, life lessons. And this is something worth a treasure for anyone to contemplate these life lessons. Really appreciate JKYog for offering these wonderful sessions. Thank you very much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Hari and Guru. I am feeling blessed on attending this 21 days Purpose of Life series program. This was my first program. It was very, very, very enjoyable and knowledgeable program. It was both theoretical and spiritual and practical knowledge was going hand in hand by Swamiji's videos on scriptures as well videos on other real-time heroes and heroines. Meditation session was awesome. I loved quiz program. I thank from the bottom of my heart for the revision session on topic Be Humble. The tips shared by all the devotees during activity session was really helpful. The knowledge I gained during this program was so deep and this will remain with me, and this is definitely is changing my life. I thank all members of JKYog Academy from the bottom of my heart. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe. Myself, R. Uday Kumar from Hyderabad, Telangana, India. I have been attending this Purpose of Life 21-day series online session of JKYog Academy. I thoroughly enjoyed each session, which was packed with the gems of knowledge, wisdom, and a lot of takeaway tools and implementation programs and things to be implemented in our life. I was really impressed by two sessions, which is being grateful and seek the right pleasures, tool number 8 and tool number 9. And also the story of Swamiji narrating a huge creature like whale, which got off track on its journey to Alaska and landed up in San Francisco Bay, where it was stuck and was in a uncomfortable position in the fresh waters of the San Francisco Bay. Though it has, in a short duration, became a hero and sensation in that region, but it was feeling totally uncomfortable in that period of close to 25 days. With the help of ocean and Coast Guard staff, this huge creature was redirected to its original place along with other whales. So, born in the form of a human being, I'm forgetting my purpose of life and would like to channelize by acquiring knowledge, faith, and love towards God in this life's mission of God realization. Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
So that was both the glimpses as well as testimonials shared by some of the online session participants. And I can see a lot of comments coming in. Dr. Uttara Sundarji says the tool highlighted by Swamiji and the connected real life incidents transported us to a divine world and made us realize the true purpose of life. In fact, I see many votes coming for Swamiji's video lectures, which absolutely, yes, that was a highlight of the session. And I see Manjushri Nandaji, Narayanan Parthaji, as well as Mr. Kiran Doot, all of them highlighting Swamiji's videos as the key takeaway. And I see Chitra Subramanianji saying that each session was power-packed with lessons for life. Real transformation of so many devotees have taken place. Heartfelt thanks to Swamiji and all volunteers who run around the clock. Thank you for that, Chitra ji. So now what we are going to do is, as I said, we all learned about 21 powerful tools that we can use, we can implement in our life to understand and achieve the true purpose of our life. And during the session, we announced if participants would like to create a storyboard out of these 21 powerful lessons Swamiji had taught us. And some of our participants had prepared the storyboard. Some of them had made it digitally. Some of them did it, on their own poster cards and things like that. So let's watch this beautiful storyboards from our participants. So here comes the glimpses of that.
Radhe Radhe. I'm humbled to present my storyboard about the virtue of forgiveness, which is very close to my heart, from the beautiful series Purpose of Life. Based on Swamiji's teaching, I have derived 4 vital elements in order to consistently implement a virtue. First, understand the virtue. Second, have a strong why. Third, know the process of how to develop that virtue. Fourth, find inspiration to constantly keep us motivated in the path. Based on this pattern, I have created a storyboard for forgiveness. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness is an individual, voluntary, internal process of letting go of feelings and thoughts of resentment that we have towards those who we believe have wronged us. But why forgive? It seems unjust to forgive someone who had committed a wrongful act. But Swamiji says forgiveness is a gift that we give ourselves. To have the strong why, it is important to contemplate on the detrimental effects of resentment as well as the benefits of forgiveness. Resentment leads to anxiety, anger, hatred, depression, poor health, whereas forgiveness promotes positive attitude, healthy relationship, strengthens spirituality, inner peace, good health. With a strong why, we go to the process of forgiveness. Have the acceptance and empathy. In the Mayic world, people fluctuate in 3 gunas. It's natural to make mistakes. Have the perspective taking. Try seeing the situation from others' point of view. We might have done the same mistake if we were there in the situation. Analyze own fault. Reflect the time that we have hurt others and others have forgiven us. Remember the ultimate good. The purpose of life is to attain God. Clinging on to resentment is a hindrance to our progress. Forgiveness is a lifelong journey, and I derive my inspiration for constant motivation from a beloved God, Lord Ram. Through the story of how Lord Ram forgave Kakasura. Kakasura harmed Mother Sita, and when Lord Rama aimed his Brahmastra, he went all through the 3 worlds and, unable to find shelter, fell at the feet of Lord Rama himself finally. And Lord Rama immediately forgave him and protected him from Brahmastra. Mother Sita told, if Ravana repels his action, Rama will immediately forgive and embrace him. Lord Rama is an epitome of forgiveness. This is my storyboard. Thank you so much, Radhe Radhe.
The inevitable introspection of self happens to everyone at some point of time, when we either strive to elevate ourselves or extricate ourselves out of a crisis. We try to find the best of ourselves then. In the holy scripture of Yoga Vasishtam, King Janaka encounters one such situation of incertitude. Are not all created objects coated over with the varnish of destruction? The ignorant every day of their lives enact with their body dire sinful acts, painful deeds, and illimitable vices. In youth, they will be enveloped with ajnana. In adult age, they are entangled in the meshes of women. In old age, groaning under the burden of samsara, they die. Being thus always occupied, when will they find time to devote themselves to the commission of virtuous deeds? How came this Maya to play and dance in this world? This ghost of my mind dances in the theater of this universe to the music of the organs. How can happiness be generated in those lives that are drowned in samsara? The mind of delusion constitutes the root of the tree of samsara of ajnana, which ramifies in all directions with branches full of flowers, tendrils, fruits, etc. It is this mind which is called sankalpa. With the destruction of sankalpa, the mind will also be destroyed easily. The baneful root of mind being destroyed, the tree of birth and death will also be destroyed. Oh, I have detected the thief who robbed me of my atmic jewel, myself. His name is Manas, mind. I have been long suffering through this villain. I will now bet him and make him die. On exploration of self, we find a solution to this in the present day context. The best way to bring out the best of you is to serve humanity selflessly. We should qualify ourselves better every day. Invest our strength to learn and divest our wealth earned. Give to the world the best of you, and the best will come back to you. Thus, we realize the best in ourselves. Every step in the ladder of life is vital in the journey to rooftop. That is the holy feet of God. It is devoid of the pleasures of this world, yet divine and so quite pleasant.
Myself, Sunil Nair from Singapore, and here are my 5 important rules for the 21-day purpose of my life, which I'll be practicing. The first one itself is practice. If you notice how the tennis player practices the game as she focuses on her attention on it. But if you notice the second slide, where she writes notes, things about the game and etc., and then starts a practice of playing the tennis. Like it's like visualizing. She is visualizing based on her notes, and hence she does the deliberate practice. These are the 2 things which I will be focusing on, followed by responding and not reacting. As you can see from the slide, the colleague and his boss seems to be very reactive, but the lady next door is very calm and she's focusing on her work. And that shows how during such times of crisis we need to have a focus, as shown from the sniper below, how he focuses his attention and he doesn't focus on any other thing, only on the target. Like this we need to have. And even if we miss the target, we always need to have a positive mindset, always, as seen from the smile here. Thank you and Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, myself Alka Nijanand. In series of Purpose of Life organized by JKYog, we have learned that our ultimate purpose of life is to love God selflessly. And how to love God? Of course, through serving God lovingly. Swamiji had mentioned in his book 7 Divine Laws to Awaken Your Best Self that by serving God with our body, mind, and wealth, we express our love for Him. Such loving service is the heart of devotion and endears us to the Lord. Okay, now think in our worldly relations, how do we show our love? We buy gifts, we spend time with them, or if they are not around us, we think of them or we call them. But remember, material love has its own downfall. But if we start loving God, spending at least 10% of our income to Hari and Guru, spend time doing various activities for their mission, and most sublime, think of them, call them, cry for them, engage our mind in Roop Dhyan and Mansi Seva, then this all will take us more and more close to Hari and Guru, and by their grace, we will get their divine love. We have to have faith that in giving to God, we never lose, never ever lose. Swamiji says that the path of bhakti is where there are no rules for the time and place and practice, nor are there any ritualistic or social formalities. Just sincerely love Krishna with a faithful heart. So stop worrying about the world. Start loving the divine. Shyama Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, practice is not just a mechanical repetition of an act, but a focused effort encountering new challenges every time which hone the skills. Swamiji says, conquest of the mind will be through slow and steady practice. Practice will lead you to attain proficiency. The 21 Days Purpose of Life program was so inspiring that I decided to explore more. Practice involves compliance of certain prerequisites. First, there must be a target to focus on. Then comes identification of required qualifications and attitude and matching them with our potential by way of strength, weakness analysis. We need to improve our strength and reduce our shortcomings by acquiring due skills and adequate and appropriate practice. The requirements and effects of basic practices are tabulated in the attachment. It is easier to understand with historical and living examples. Demosthenes, in the era of 383 and 322 BC, was a great Greek orator and a lawyer. He not only stuttered but had a harsh, tuneless voice and trouble with his R's. Satyurus, the Greek actor, as a speech language pathologist, prescribed voice exercises for him. The use of a mirror, pebbles in the mouth,
and declaiming while going uphill were all part of the treatment. Demosthenes grew to become a great orator. On the 1st July 1961, Manzoor Ali Khan Pataudi, famous cricketer, was a passenger in a car which was involved in an accident in Hove. A shard of glass from the broken windscreen penetrated and permanently damaged his right eye. A surgeon named Dr. David St. Clair Roberts was called to operate on his eye and was praised by Pataudi for saving one of his eyes. The damage caused Pataudi to see a double image, and it was feared this would end his cricketing career. But Pataudi was soon in the nets, learning to play with one eye. Despite his eye injury, less than 6 months before, he made his test debut playing against England in Delhi in December 1961. He found it easiest to play with his cap pulled down over his damaged right eye. He scored 103 in the third test in Madras, helping India to its first series win against England. These incidences behove every one of us to practice adequately to attain expertise.
Wasn't that such beautiful storyboards from all our enthusiastic participants? I think please join me in giving a big round of applause to all of them. Vidya ji, Dr. Uttara Sundar ji, Sunil Nair ji, Alka ji, and Dr. Anandi ji. Kudos to each one of you, and thank you so much for taking the time and effort to prepare such beautiful storyboards, sharing so many pearls of wisdom, or helping us remember all the pearls of wisdom that Swamiji shared with us. So while we get ready to watch another round of testimonials, I would request our participants to please type in the chat window your favorite tool. So there were 21 tools that Swamiji shared with us as part of Purpose of Life. So please do type in the chat window which one was your most favorite and which one created that goosebump for you. So go ahead, and we look forward to seeing and reading your comments while we watch this testimony.
Radhe Radhe. I consider myself very privileged to attend the online sessions, Purpose of Life, put into practice sessions conducted by JKYog Academy. Purpose of Life. What a befitting series to start the day. The struggle to find the purpose of our life is common to most of us. And what better way than Swamiji's wisdom to guide us to getting there. Each day, we started the session with valuable contributions from the participants on how to implement the tools in personal, professional, health, and spiritual realms. Swamiji's videos were packed with innumerable Vedic wisdom, real-life stories, and practical tools, followed by beautiful, crystal-clear explanation and affirmation. Through the interactive activity, the participants added their valued inputs. The sessions were concluded with a beautiful meditation. Thank you, Swamiji, and all the dear volunteers and satsangis who made this series memorable. Let us all strive to fulfill our destiny in this lifetime. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. The purpose of life. Half my life I spent not knowing the actual meaning of the purpose of life. And the most powerful lesson I learned through this session is service to Krishna. Earlier, I only used to ask, ask Him all the material things that God has bestowed in abundance by His costless mercy. I didn't even know that I should be grateful to Him until I got associated with JKYog. I started thanking Him. Do I really thank Him from the bottom of my heart? The answer I got is no. Then I thought, again the session taught me that I should establish a close relationship with Him, and that was possible through Roop Dhyan. And this Roop Dhyan also I should do it continuously through the continuous sadhana. To become strong in my relationship with Krishna, I understood that service is the only way where I could actually establish and be more stronger and go towards Him. So I just asked Krishna to give me an opportunity to serve in all my best of my ability throughout my life. This is what I ask. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
This is Professor Yudi Ahuja from USA. It has left on me a great impact, hearing a spiritual leader combining technology management with spirituality. All this has brought a total transformation in my lifestyle. I am getting up every day. I want to get away from Maya, and I want to apply on myself the law of incremental growth.
Radhe Radhe everyone. My name is Srinath Mirajkar. I'm from Springfield, Virginia. And I just want to briefly talk about the Purpose of Life series that is offered by JKYog. This particular series is a tremendously beneficial for anyone who wants to grow in different domains, different areas of their life, whether it be professionally or personally or spiritually. This series offers multiple sets of sessions and topics that's going to be highly beneficial. So just to give you an idea, some of the topics that are mentioned or talked about in detail in this series include concept of focus, practice, how to love God, how to have divine sentiments towards God, how to respond in a situation rather than reacting in a situation, gratitude. So and there are several other topics as well. So each of these, perseverance is another interesting one. So each of these topics, helps us whether to grow forward, to propel forward, either in spiritual area or the personal area, professional area, or even all three of them. So I want to also thank the JKYog volunteers, and my special thanks to Swamiji for putting together this particular series and making it available for us. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Wow. It's always lovely to hear from our participants. And I know we just told, please give us like a 30-second or a 1-minute sound bite. And we were overwhelmed by the response. So glad to know that so many of us had not only enjoyed the lessons, but have a lot of key takeaways from each and every session that we participated in. And coming to the tools, I see that a lot of our participants are entering in the comments. Looks like, but if I'm not wrong, looks like forgiveness seems to top the list today. That is one virtue that many of them are saying that, it was a key takeaway. And I also see that humility or being humble, which is a very important attribute, especially for people who are aspiring to be successful in their spiritual journey. That is an important virtue, and that seems to be a favorite tool for many of us. And of course, loving God and service to God. I think that is also a beautiful, both are beautiful tools that we can make it a part of our life to realize our true purpose. So talking about service to God, I'm so happy to share with all of you about Swamiji's new book, My Wisdom book that Swamiji had published. It's a compilation of 75 shlokas, especially for children. And, he has, the shlokas are so beautiful that he has shlokas, what shloka you have to say as soon as you get up from your bed, what shloka you have to say while you are keeping your feet on the earth. When you're getting up from the bed, when you're keeping your feet on the floor to get up, what shloka you have to say. When you take bath, what is it that you have to say? So all these shlokas, though it is for children, it can be very, very much applicable to each one of us to help us practice this virtue of practicing the presence of God, to make God a part of our life. And talking about service, we announced about the gift of wisdom initiative that JKYog is running right now, where this festival season, this beautiful book written by Swamiji on My Wisdom book, which is available on Amazon. It is going to be available from 18th of October. Pre-orders are open right now. We are going to pool in money, get these books, and distribute it for the poor and the underprivileged children in India who cannot have access to this wisdom. One expression of our devotion, our love, is through service, as we learned. And true to that, many of our participants have come together and supported that program. So thanking all of you for your generous and kind contribution. I think many of you truly put this knowledge that we all learned from Purpose of Life into practice. So hats off to your sincerity and dedication. And for people who haven't got a chance to do, or who are interested and would like to give this gift of knowledge, gift of wisdom for the people who cannot afford to, here is your opportunity. You can go to jkyog.org/gift of wisdom, jkyog.org/gift of wisdom, and whatever, yata shakti, right? Whatever you can do, you're welcome to contribute, and these books will be given to the undertrodden, underprivileged children in India. So with that, what we are going to go do next is, of course, the much awaited awards, right? So we have a lot of awards. Of course, our 100% attendance, 95% attendance. We have a new award category. This closing ceremony, which is for excellent participation, and that goes to the people who had signed up for revision, and even the revision, right? Many of you went and took extra notes, came up with extra stories and pointers. So we have added one more category. Of course, our quiz winners, of course, best implementation strategy. So we have a lot of awards to give away today. I request Reema ji, who has been beautifully running our Hindi session while we are doing in Hindi, English in the main room. I'll pass it on to Reema ji. Radhe Radhe, Reema ji.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Are you enjoying the closing ceremony, Reema ji? It's so nice to see all the
testimonials and the heart touching, the storylines. Amazing.
Absolutely. So I'll now pass it on to you to announce all the winners.
All right. Okay, so here comes the award ceremony, and we will start with people who have attended 100%, means without a miss. It takes lot of commitment, right? So first, please, congratulations to all of you who without a miss attended all of the series. They are Alagappanji, Alka Nijanandaji, Anandaji, Champa Radhakrishnaji, Gaurav Sharmaji, Jagdish Kumar Singh ji, Jaya Raghavanji, Jyotindra Jhalaji, Kumaraji, Manjushri Nandaji, Narayan Parthaji, Praghi Khuranaji, Radha Shilpa Koripalli Shashi Bhushan ji, Sunil Nair ji, Suri Venkata Ramanji, Uttara Sundraji, and Vijayaji. Congratulations to all of you. Now we are moving with attendees who could attend 90%, 95% of the time, and they are Anirji, Annapurna ji, Anshuman Tiwari ji, Dr. R.R. Sudhir ji, Girish NG ji, Madhu Balani ji, Maruti ji, Neela Karnik ji, Nibedita Sahu ji, Prakash ji, Ratna ji, excuse me, Revati Shinoy ji, Robin ji, Sandhya Das ji, Saraswati, excuse, Saraswati ji, Soumya ji, Srinath ji, Subhas Chandra ji, Sujata ji, very sorry about this itchiness, Suresh ji, Vaishnavi ji, Vanita ji, and Vidya Raghunathan ji. So, congratulations. Now, here comes the special award, which is Best Implementation Strategy. It goes to Narayan Parthaji and Suriji. The quiz winners are Alka ji, Vidya ji, Sunil ji.
Himachi, do you want me to call out? I can call out while we while we go a glass of water.
Sorry about it, yeah.
No problem. Okay, so the quiz winners are, we had two quizzes, one during the middle of the session and one at the end of all the 21 lessons. So for the first quiz, the winners were Alka Nijanand ji, Vidya Raghunathan ji, Sunil Nair ji, Mahi Pemeraju. She's a small little girl. She's hardly 9 or 10 years old. So it goes to say how these sessions are attended by everyone of all age with all background. And Swamiji's teachings are so versatile. I think that's the main point there. And Ashwini ji. Now for our quiz number 2, Sunil Nair ji, Uttara Sundar ji, Jayanti Swaminathan ji, Robin ji, and Alka Nijanand ji. They're all our winners. So please join us in giving them all a big round of applause. And as I said, this series, we introduced this additional award category, which is enthusiastic participation. And this goes to each and every participant, both in the English session as well as in the Hindi session, who went out of their way to sign up for the revision and also did a phenomenal job in presenting it. Right? So the winners are Alka Nijanand ji, Aryan Raj Bhaiya, Bharti ji, Kamala Krishnan ji, Maruti Gudavalli ji, Maithili ji, Venkat Ramanan ji, Kamalesh ji, Sunita Mishra ji, Robin ji, Smita ji, Srinath Mirajkar ji, Sunil Nair ji, Suresh Singh ji, Uttara Sundar ji, Neela Karnik ji, Janak Arora ji, and Ravi Ranjan Pathak ji. So once again, congratulations on all the award winners, and special thanks to all of them for their energetic and enthusiastic contribution to the session, because we all learned from each other, and that is what makes these sessions so beautiful and so wonderful to learn. So next, we are getting on to another quick set of testimonials. While we watch this testimonial, and after the testimonial, there is a very beautiful segment awaiting. And I'm telling you, I was so touched by it. I'm sure all of you will be. So let's get ready for that. But while we watch the testimonial, I'm going to request all our participants to type in their chat window your key takeaway from this purpose of life put it to practice session. So what is that one takeaway, right, that you really want and you will give your 100% to making it a part of your life, and do every bit that is possible to implement that or learn that virtue and follow that virtue? What is that one key takeaway that you learned from this series that you're going to make it a part of your life? Please share that in the chat window while we watch this final set of testimonials for today.
Radhe Radhe everyone. I'm Neerja from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, MP, India. I want to share my experiences about the 21-day series on the purpose of life, which I have attended. I wish to say that Swapna ji was very, very good. She imparted this series, the educational series, the inspirational series, the motivational series, in a way that one was glued to the phone or the laptop on whichever you were paying attention to, and the stories were amazing. So and what I learned from it, I have always been pondering, what is this whole life about? And I got my answers to that. What is the purpose of this life? Why are we here on this earth? And what we need to do? So I once again thank the JKYog organization and Swapna, and I wish to also thank all the other participants for their lovely revision series, for the Kahoot game, which is so gripping. So thanks once again. Radhe Radhe.
है पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ। स्वामी जी ने हमें बताया कि जीवन में कितनी भी कठिन परिस्थितियां आती रहती है, तो उन परिस्थितियों को दोष न देकर अपना जो लक्ष्य भगवान के पास गुरु के माध्यम से पहुंचने का है वो पूरा हो पाएगा। तो इसके लिए अपना एक उद्देश्य होना जरूरी है, और वह उद्देश्य सफल होने के लिए अपने अंदर कुछ प्रतिभाएं होनी चाहिए, जैसे कि सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण होना चाहिए, प्रतिक्रिया को समझकर रिएक्ट करें, परिस्थितियों को किस तरह हैंडल कर सकते हैं, फॉरगिवनेस, हमेशा क्षमस्व रहिए। हम सबके अंदर माया के विचार, क्रोध, मोह, अहंकार, जेलसी होते हैं, परंतु हमारा कर्तव्य है कि इन विकारों को प्रकट न होने दें और उन पर नियंत्रण करके और हमारे उच्च विचार जैसे सहिष्णुता, दयालुता, फॉरगिवनेस, क्षमता वगैरह को बढ़ाए।
राधे राधे। श्री महाराज जी के चरण में कोटि कोटि नमन करती हूँ। श्री स्वामी जी के चरण में कोटि कोटि नमन करती हूँ। श्री स्वामी जी ने हमें 21 डेज का जो हमें प्रेजेंट में जो हमें ज्ञान दिए हैं, उससे हमें बहुत ही हमारा जीवन में प्राणिक ऊर्जा आ गई है। डे 19 में स्वामी जी ने हमको लव फॉर गॉड के बारे में बताएं, जो संसार का प्रेम और भगवान का प्रेम में क्या अंतर होता है। हमारे अंदर माया के 3 गुण के कारण संसार को हम अपना मान लेते हैं, जो कि अस्थायी होता है। हमारे संसारी नाते हमारे छूट जाते हैं, लेकिन भगवान ही हमारे सब कुछ है। अनंत काल का रिश्ता भगवान से ही हमारे हैं, संसार से नहीं है।
राधे राधे। The Purpose of Life is one of my favorite series from JKYog Academy. I learned so many gems of wisdoms and tools that I can implement in my daily life and achieve my highest purpose. We discussed about the power of positive mindset, focus, humility, gratitude, fixed mindset versus growth mindset, perseverance, serve God, love God, and many other gems of wisdom in this series. The series was so beautifully designed and conducted by the JKYog volunteers, and the interaction with all the participants made the series so blissful. I learned so much from the experiences that which the participants shared in this series. The key takeaway for me was on day 21 when Swamiji talked about through love, we will become the best we can become, and inspired by that love, we will do the best we can do, and the consequence of that will be we will feel the best that we can feel. And that is the purpose of life, and that is how we will accomplish it. Thank you again to Swamiji and JKYog Academy for bringing this beautiful series, Purpose of Life, to us. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe JKYog team. It was an exciting and blissful journey of Purpose of Life series. My sincere and humble pranam to Lotus Feet of Hari, Guru and JKYog team. In addition to our quiz master, he's been the real tricky, real twister and real game changer of the entire series. The more tricky questions led to more contemplation and resulted in the blood gets more injected and the heart gets more purified. One thing I would like to share from the entire series was about Baramati Marathon. I guess there was around 100 plus people would have participated. They would have had perfect attire, perfect shoes, perfect body, except one missing ingredient, which motivated and inspired Lata Bhagwan Khare and overtook every one of them. That is power of love. That's the incredible, top-notch key takeaway from the entire series for me. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Okay, so that was again from all our enthusiastic participants. And it is also heartening to see a lot of people sharing their comments, their key takeaways in the chat window. I think most of you are saying, like, let's see, Narayan and Parthaji is saying that the key takeaway for me is to think of some of my personal weaknesses. The sessions help me to work on improving myself and contemplate on this every day and focus on my life goals and serve God. And I also see Vidyaji saying, my key takeaway is identify the actual goal of life. Once we know our goal, all the virtues can be channelized for the right purpose. Absolutely, yes. And Revati Shinoyji is saying, love God and set goals to reach Him. I think these were her key takeaway. Chitra ji says, keep Krishna in center and proceed in the divine path. Keep the urge to reach God ahead. So great job by all our participants. Thank you for sharing them. And now we are the question that always comes in, right? What is it that we are going to do after our purpose of life, right? So as we had announced, we will be starting with virtues from Ramayan personalities, and we will be starting that from tomorrow, same time, 8 Central, 9 Eastern Standard Time, or 6:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. We will be starting our new series, and in this, we will take each personality from Ramayan and we will try to learn from their life. And this is going to be a beautiful series where we will get to learn about the Leelas. We will have so many virtues or beautiful implementation characters that we can learn from these divine personalities. And of course, it will be a very devotional one also, because we are going to learn from Ramayan, which is one of our epic. So stay tuned Please inform your near and dear ones and bring them all over as well. So it is going to be a beautiful, beautiful series. Also, we are almost coming to the end of our closing ceremony, but this segment really touched my heart. So we had 21 lessons, and what can we do as a gratitude towards Hari and Guru for blessing us, because many people don't even have access to this knowledge, and we are the chosen few who had the privilege or the blessing or the grace to go through all these 21 lessons. So our volunteer to help us ignite this thirst, this flame of devotion, to ignite this flame to understand and practice and march towards our purpose of life, we are going to light 21 beautiful candles, each corresponding to the tool that Swamiji had shared with us, and offer it at the lotus feet of Hari and Guru. So that is the segment that we are going to watch now. And after that, we will be wrapping up our closing ceremony for Purpose of Life. And we will meet you all tomorrow, same time on the Zoom for our new session, which is Virtues from Ramayana Character. So as we go there and offer our Koti Koti Pranam at Hari and Guru's feet by lighting these lamps, I also want to take a moment to thank none other than Swamiji. I think thank you is no word, because the wisdom that he has showered on all of us, they are truly life transforming, and there's no way we can pay any amount of gratitude for all that he has done to us, for the amount of transformation that he has brought in each one of our life, and the amount of effort, the tireless effort that he is putting in day in and day out for the welfare of souls like us. So expressing our gratitude to him, and of course to all our volunteers, as everyone was saying, each series, to bring one series, there's so many volunteers who work behind the scene. I cannot do justice by taking one person's name. So many of them do the research on the content, so many of them do the videos, so many of them do the meditation. The meditations are all written by the volunteers, and the meditations are all recorded by our volunteers. They're aligned to each one of our each one tool that Swamiji is sharing with us. Of course, all the administrative work, be it sending the emails, sending the reminders, be it Zoom management. So heartfelt gratitude to each one of them, and so inspired by their selfless devotion and their expression of love to Hari and Guru. And last but not the least, the enthusiastic participant. I think all of you make it a beautiful, beautiful experience for each one of us. It has always been an educational session, because every one of you have something or the other to share, which kind of, rings the bell, and we have so many key takeaways for us. So this whole series would not be so successful without each one of you. So once again, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And please do join me in lighting these lamps and surrendering ourselves to the lotus feet of Hari and Guru. Radhe, Radhe.
Priya अस अवसर फिर नाही मिलेगो
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 आतन मोर पति दिए प्रिय बोल अबोलक दीजिए
बातन मोल पति जिए प्रिय बोल अमोलक दीजिए
राधे बातन मोर पति जिए प्रिय बोल अबोलक दीजिए
बातन मोल पति जिए प्रिय मोल अमोलक दीजिए
प्रिय मोल अबोलक दीजिए प्रिय मोल अबोलक दीजिए
प्रिय मोल अमोलक दीजिए प्रिय मोल